Oh, hey, Simon.
Kill Maria atop the astral clock tower. She hides the real secret.
That's a pretty tall order. Welcome back to Bloodborne. I don't think we're ready to do that yet, so maybe let's tie up some loose ends first, starting with our friend Adeline here.
Oh, hello again. Will you accept my blood as thanks?
Sure, lay it on me.
That makes me happy. But I cannot move. Look, on my right arm. I'm sorry to trouble you. But you don't mind, do you?
Thanks, I guess. Much appreciated. And so begins another side quest here in the research hall. We have to speak to Adeline a couple of times, though, to get it to really kick off.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Please, somebody, I need help. I'm trying. But I'm afraid the sound is fading.
What's up?
Is that who I think it is? Please. Please, I need brain fluid. The sticky sound is fading fast. Please bring me brain fluid. I must have it. That sound, it is all that guides me. Without it, I'll be sent back to my former, lesser years.
Okay, sure. Here you go.
Yes, that's it. Let me have it. I can hear it. Yes. The sound that guides me. Thank you. Thank you so much. You have saved me. Take this charm. Lady Maria gave it to me, but it is all I can offer, other than my own blood.
Hey,
Please,
I'll take it.
do not abandon me. I promise to do good.
Oh, don't you worry. I'm not going anywhere. We do have a little bit more exploring left to do, though. I kind of hope there will be more brain fluid out here on the balcony, because I don't have any more. That was the last of it. As you can see, things here in the research hall are getting a little bit out of hand. So I very much would like to leave soon, but we'll conclude our business here with Adeline first. Out here on the balcony, the final place we had to explore here in the research hall, you might notice that things look a little familiar. And this is one thing that I found to be a pretty fun revelation. Because up until this point, you haven't really gotten a good look at where we are relative to where Yharnam would be if it actually was here and not a weird jumbled up jigsaw puzzle. Well, turns out that the orphanage links up with the Grand Cathedral, which links up to the research hall. They were right next to each other the whole time, working on different projects. And, one of those projects may have bore a little bit better fruit than the other. Although I suppose they both came to the same conclusion that firing laser beams from beyond the stars is pretty cool. God. The research hall patients out here are the final variation of the 7 or 8 different variations of this enemy that exist. And I think these ones are a little bit more dangerous than the others for some strange reason. See if you can figure out why. That's right. It's the lasers. However, fighting the Celestial Emissary has trained me up for fighting these guys. We can use these pillars here for cover. There's only really one major bit of loot out here. Most of the reason to come out here is for the fun revelation that, like, right above this is where we fought the living failures, and right down here is where we fought the celestial emissary. Although it's interesting to see that all of the flowers are all dead and stuff. Our reward for bothering to come out here is Black Sky Eye, one of the most useful hunter tools. It's the one that the lady down in the Grand Cathedral was casting at us. I believe it scales S with Arcane. It does a whole lot of damage. It's really good for sniping enemies from far off. And I suppose now we know the real reason that they were trying to utilize blood saints. Because, I mean, Adeline is a blood saint. She has the healing blood. And perhaps if we give her some more brain fluid, she'll have a revelation for us as well. Or maybe she'll just be able to shoot lasers at us and turn hostile on us and try to kill us. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for Bloodborne if that were the case. And so history repeats itself. Diving through the window in the Celestial Emissary boss arena once again leads us to the upper rafters of the Grand Cathedral, except instead of the elevator leading down to Ebrietas, there's just a chest over there that has a pretty good gem in it, I believe. And that's all. We've seen the whole place. Now it's back to Adeline, so that we can check up on her and see how she's doing. Where'd she go? Ah! Oh, God. Okay. I think I can safely say that giving her the brain fluid was actually a bad idea, and not a good idea, as I originally thought. Hi. How's it coming?
Oh, hello. One last time. Will you fetch brain fluid just one last time? The murky, mushy fluid that will make me whole. The sticky sound whispers to me, so very close, right into my ear. My head, just a head, that's all there is. I need my baptism. Please, I beg of you, I want to be something.
Well, I kinda got bad news for you. I don't actually have any brain fluid, but I think I know where to get some. Well, what do you know? This might not work out like you hoped, but here you go.
Please, give me brain fluid. The sticky sound whispers I need my baptism. Or perhaps I'm already brimming over.
One baptism coming up.
I see a shape.
You do?
My guide, I see your voice. Clearly as it bends and bleeds. My own revelation. Just for me. Thank you for everything. Really, I used to be nothing.
Whoa, wait. No, don't die! Oh. I want to leave this place. We're done here. I've had enough. The research hall is one of the best areas in this whole game. The design is fantastic. The enemies are... They really stretch them for all they're worth. The lore makes me sad inside. And now we know the secret to Ascension. Sort of. I think we've gotten all of the value we can out of the research hall. So we're gonna change out of these dirty, bloody clothes back into something fashionable, something much more Jill. And we're gonna get into this clock tower. And I guess we're gonna do as Simon says. We don't really have much else to do here. And this Maria character we've heard so much about is apparently standing in our way. So okay. Let's do it. Is she dead already? Well, that makes my job a little easier, I guess. She is. She's dead. Okay. Well, I guess we can go home then. That was easy.
Should be left well alone. Oh, I know very well how the secrets beckon so sweetly. Only an honest death will kill you now. Protect you from your wild curiosity.
Oh, crap. Okay, well... I guess we're fighting Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. She's not as nice as I thought she would be, given how the research hall patients were talking about her. Oh boy! So, welcome to one of, in my opinion, the best boss fights in this video game. The DLC is just full of them, I tell you. Maria is one of the... I think the best hunter fight in this game. And that's saying something, given some of the hunters we've seen and some of the hunters we've yet to see. Some of the hunters we've yet to see. Our eyes have yet to open and all that crap. Well, from a technical perspective, Maria is a great boss with a lot of really fun tricks. Her attacks are deceptively fast with a pretty long wind-up to fool you into trying to parry her at the wrong time, and boy does she punish you for parrying at the wrong time. She has the art of the quickening, so she can do the old hunter's bone dashes, and boy does she have a lot of iframes when she dashes. But if it were just a simple one-on-one fight mano a mano, that wouldn't be too exciting. No, Maria has access to blood magic, because... because that makes her terrifying. And this fight gets a hell of a lot harder in the second phase. Oh, I love this fight so much. I love the atmosphere of it, the sound of the bells, I love how mysterious Maria is, and I love that it really is a hunter versus hunter fight. She can parry you too. Right now, she's using her swords in their dual-wielding mode, but she can pull out her pistol and parry you. In fact, I think it happens in this recording. I don't remember. But, this fight is great. It's how to do hunter fights the correct way, not the shitty NPC way. It's fantastic, because it's stressful, but it's just the right amount of stressful. It's unfair, but unlike the Ludwig fight, she doesn't do so much damage that it's too unfair that it ruins the fun. The fight is clearly balanced in Maria's favor, which makes it feel all the more sweet when you pull off a parry. But oh no, it's not over yet. Maria's got one more trick up her sleeve that makes this fight truly terrifying. Yep, her blood flame sword is in full effect, and she is ready to beat us up with it. She's very intimidating, especially in this last phase, what with the explosions of fire and blood and pain. And I love how the music gets more intense too as it goes. Oh, it's so great. It's just so great. Obviously, this phase is the scariest one, because, you know, fire does a lot of damage. And also, you can get hit 3 times by every attack. Once for the sword, again for the blood, and then a 3rd time for the fire, which throws off your dodges because it's a delayed, staggered flame burst thing. And God, this fight's so great and terrible. Oh, Maria, I love you. Good fight. But man, I don't know if my heart can take any more of this. But you know, for all the fun that we just had, there's a lot more to Maria than just an interesting boss fight. We'll talk more about Maria and who she is the protege of in the coming episodes. There are some dark secrets that Bloodborne has to reveal to us in the next episode. Well, we've completed Adeline's storyline, and for completing it, we got the milkweed rune. And you may be asking, what does the milkweed rune do when we put it on our character? Well, it turns us into cauliflower. The milkweed rune, a revelation from beyond the cosmos, successfully turns our character into kin by infecting us with the same kind of lumenwood flower parasites that were used to make the little blue blobby dudes, except in human form. So basically, Adeline had a revelation of sorts that successfully created a mixture of human and kin to make the next step of evolution to becoming a great one. Now, as you could probably tell, in gameplay, it has the effect of making you weird and blobby, and it makes me a little uncomfortable to look at, especially the dodge animation, but it's fun. It's a fun way to play the game. I don't know if I like the implications, though. I don't know if Jill is so happy about being turned into this. under normal circumstances it would do a bit more damage, but I'm playing in New Game Plus here because being able to set yourself up to use the Milkweed Rune and the weapon that I have equipped right now happens at the very, 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 very tail end of a playthrough of Bloodborne, so it's kind of hard to show this thing off in normal New Game. So yeah, this is the Milkweed Rune. This is the next step of evolution between humankind and Great Ones. I gotta say, it's not all it's cracked up to be. We've heard her name echoing all throughout the research hall. We know her from somewhere, but we can't put our finger on it. We've seen evidence of her existence before, but nobody's talked about her directly. Maria is one of the most important characters in Bloodborne. If the tone set by her appearance in the game didn't clue you in, maybe explaining who she is will. To talk about Maria with appropriate context, we have to go back a very long way. Back before the Nightmare, before Yharnam, and before even Byrgenwerth. You see, Maria is a distant relative to Annalise, the Queen of Cainhurst. There's evidence of this in everything about her, from her proper manner of speech, to the pale skin and white hair, to her ability to channel the very same blood magic as the Chikage. Her weapon, the Rakuyo twin swords, claims to have been fabricated there, and spells out the bomb I've just dropped on you in plain English. Maria's nobility is important, because she's said to have rejected the noble life, Cainhurst, and their cursed blood. Instead, she took to hunting. Maria is a member of one of the first generation of hunters, trained by the originator of hunting as a practice. There's a hell of a lot to unpack there, and I'm not going to tell you who this first hunter is, because you're a smart cookie. I think you can figure it out on your own. If you're having trouble though, this might serve as an important clue. Think back to the old abandoned workshop in Cathedral Ward. We found some pretty important stuff there. A white hairpin, a bone from one of the first hunters, and a plain doll. A doll which, in the hunter's dream, speaks in a very similar voice to Maria's. Some might even say it's the exact same voice. When we gave her this hair ornament, she reacted with emotion that we hadn't seen before and haven't seen since. Emotion she couldn't quite place, almost as if they weren't her own emotions she was feeling at all. But we'll talk about that another day. In the meantime, let's talk about the other elephant in the room. Why is Maria here in the Nightmare? We've heard tell of a curse afflicting people trapped in the Nightmare, which turns people into blood-hungry beasts. And Maria seems to know about the dangers of seeking out forbidden knowledge. Yet she seems reasonably sane, so to speak. The research hall patients speak of her in reverence, about how she's kind and a caretaker, in stark contrast to the experiments that happen there. She keeps the peace, such as it is, having thrown down her arms and given up hunting long ago. And, judging by her state when we first found her, the slit throat and dripping blood, she might have given up on more than that. and yet she comes back to life, both to kick us in the pants and to ward us away from whatever lies beyond the research hall in the Astral Clock Tower, to some hidden secret that no man was meant to know. The nightmare is a twisted plane, manufactured from memories of real places jumbled up and stuck together in a big goopy mess, based on how hard she fought to stop us from uncovering whatever is past this point. It may have been better off hidden.